meteorologist Stephen Crawford tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Now, Channel 11 News. Coverage you can count on.
You got to take a look at this video here. A woman captured on video driving with a baby on her lap. And new at noon, she's out of jail and the baby is safe at home with the father. Thanks for joining us for this Friday afternoon. I'm Damani Lewis. She was arrested last night and charges were filed early this morning. Channel 11's Mike Holden has been following this story all morning long. And Mike, this could have been a very dangerous and fast situation here.
Damani, you have to consider, too, this was an extremely busy stretch of road. We're in Park right now, but I do want to stress this is exactly how Mom was. She was behind the wheel with her baby right here in her lap when a guy caught her on camera driving in this area. Fast forward to this afternoon hour, we have brand new information. We've talked to police as well as several folks out here, and they all agreed on this. She put herself, her baby, and other drivers in danger, and on top of that, she was driving with an expired license. Only Channel 11 was there as Mary Campagna was released from the Allegheny County Jail this morning. She wanted nothing to do with her camera. In fact, she walked out of sight. She had little to say about the incident that landed her there. She did tell me, though, her baby girl is at home safe with her father. This is the incident that caught the eye of Duquesne police and sent her to jail overnight. A man traveling along Duquesne Boulevard spotted Campagna behind the wheel with her 2-year-old daughter in her lap. He posted the video to Facebook. He says Campagna appeared distracted and he was genuinely worried about the baby. Police launched an investigation and tracked Campagna down at her West Mifflin home last night. Police confirmed there was no car seat in her RAV4 and there was a visible reflection of a cell phone off the driver's side window in the video. Folks who travel this area were stunned when we showed them the video.
If that was my daughter doing something like that to my grandchild, I can't really say on camera what I would do. I'm sorry.
That's something that the person shouldn't have done, you know what I mean, for the safety of the child, you know, first of all, as well as herself.
Now, Campagna, out here live this afternoon, has been released from jail. She'll go back before a judge on August 13th for her preliminary hearing on a number of charges, including child endangerment. But that's not the end of this story. Coming up on Channel 11 News at 5 tonight, when police went to her home, where they found the car seat, plus more community reaction. That starts at 5. Reporting live in Duquesne, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Mike, thank you for that. Well, a man is fighting for his life after a hit and run early this morning in downtown Pittsburgh. Take a look at this video here. It happened just before 4:30 along 7th Avenue and Fort Duquesne Boulevard. The car hit him and took him off. Another driver saw the victim lying in the street and called 911. Now, the victim, who is believed to be homeless, was rushed to the hospital.
The male was transported to AGH in extremely critical condition with a severe head injury and a compound fracture to the ankle.
Now, there were no witnesses to this crime, but there are cameras in the area. Police are hoping those cameras help them capture whoever did this. Well, new details at noon about an overnight shooting in North Braddock. Take a look at this video here. It happened on 4th Street around 1 this morning. County police say an 18-year-old man was shot several times. We're told someone fired about 8 times toward the victim. He tried to run away, but he was hit, unfortunately. He was taken to the hospital, and he's in critical condition right now. Detectives are still investigating the motive and searching for suspects. And new at noon, state police are looking for a missing elderly woman out of Waynesburg. Take a good look at your screen right there. Now, we're told 83-year-old Hattie Basinger was last seen yesterday afternoon driving a John Deere Gator side by side through fields and woods. Well, police have found the vehicle, but the woman is still missing. And the medical examiner has now identified the 3-year-old who drowned in a family pool in Plum. This is just a heartbreaking story here. A family member found Kanaya Mitchell was found at the bottom of the pool just before 9 last night. Well, she was rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately did not survive. Allegheny County Police are helping with this investigation. Now, this is actually the second drowning we are learning about today. Police found 3-year-old Araya Kalinch in a Strongsville pool yesterday afternoon. Now, that's about 2 hours outside of Pittsburgh in Ohio. According to the CDC, drowning is the #1 cause of death for children ages 1 to 4. Well, switching now to some weather now. Some areas are seeing rain right now, and we could see more storms later this afternoon. Severe Weather Team 11 meteorologist Scott Harbaugh is going to show us where the pop-up storms may actually impact some folks this Friday.
Yeah, the warmth is out there, the mugginess is out there, so we have the trigger mechanism to get some showers and thunderstorms to pop this afternoon. 82 degrees in Pittsburgh. Live look at tower cam. That haze hanging in the air. Dew point 63, so not as bad as it has been some days. As a matter of fact, dew point relatively low in comparison to the air. Feeling pretty good. Here's Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. Notice the showers and even some thunderstorms off to the east right now. This is going to be the best chance over the next hour or two, but later this afternoon, some storms will pop that could cause some localized flooding in some of the slower moving storms. So I'm going to update Storm Tracker. A lot to unfold heading into the weekend, including how much of the weekend you'll be able to get outside. Full forecast coming up in just about 12 minutes. Damani?
All right, Scott, thanks a lot. Well, new at noon, we're getting our first look at the man accused of assaulting a woman in Oakland. Police have charged Robert Mitchell with burglary, attempted rape, and several other charges. They say he broke into the woman's home along Oakland Avenue July 5th and tried to sexually assault her while she was sleeping. She woke up and fought him off. Mitchell was arrested last month on unrelated charges. He's now being held in jail on new charges for the assault. Well, more details now. Channel 11 has told you about similar crimes near the Pitt campus recently. In early July, a woman who lives near campus said someone broke into her home and tried to sexually assault her. A similar crime happened about a week earlier, just a few blocks away. And last November, the school issued 4 crime alerts after a home invasion and 3 attempted burglaries near campus, all in one weekend. Well, new video at noon of a water main break in Reserve Township. Check it out here. This is along Tarpon Drive and Mount Troy Road. We sent a crew there when we got word of it just after 5:30 this morning, and you can see plenty of water just running down the street and into people's yards there, causing quite the mess. We'll let you know when we learn what caused it and when it will be fixed.
Our customers deserve safe, reliable delivery of natural gas. We failed to deliver on this mission, and for that we are deeply sorry.
Columbia Gas taking responsibility for an explosion that leveled a house in Washington County and injured several people. And new at noon, the company started getting all the debris cleaned up. Yesterday, they stopped all non-emergency work in North Franklin Township. Columbia says gas mains were being replaced and the gas regulator was being installed in each customer's house. Well, they thought they shut off all the lines, but missed this house on Park Avenue. The explosion in North Franklin Township hurt 5 people. 3 firefighters are now home from the hospital recovering, including the fire chief.
My captain and I were walking away from the house, probably 30 to 40 feet from the house when it exploded. He was knocked to the ground. I was thrown forward.
Well, Columbia Gas has hired a contractor to clear debris at the site and neighboring homes. That work starts today. For more details now, 11 Investigates took a closer look at the safety records for Columbia Gas through the Public Utility Commission. Here's what we found. In the last decade, the PUC fined or reached settlements with the utility on 5 different safety issues. There they are right there, including a $50,000 settlement linked to a house explosion in Mount Pleasant Township, Westmoreland County, back in 2006. The most recent settlement in 2017 was linked to worker safety. Oh, you got to check out this video here. Chaos in a meeting to talk about the jail. 2 people are now facing some charges. The Allegheny County Jail Oversight meeting was cut short yesterday evening when sheriff's deputies removed 2 people who began shouting at the board. Sayora Thomas and Christian Carter were cited for disorderly conduct. Now, Thomas told our Trib partners she's concerned about the abuse and mistreatment of inmates. She vowed to take her concerns to the state commission. Carter said he feels like the public is not being heard. He wants the board to make it easier for people to participate. Well, a spray park in Allegheny County is closed right now because of bacteria in the water. Listen up here. We're told that the Round Heel Spray Park in Elizabeth has been closed because the bacteria count exceeds regulations. The county is keeping it closed for more treatments and cleaning through Monday, August 5th. It will reopen once the health department can verify that the water meets standards. Happening right now, police need your help. They want to know if you've seen this man on your screen here. Take a close look. Cranberry Township Police shared this picture. Now, he's accused of stealing from the Walmart. Police say he drove off in a Chevy Colorado pickup truck. Well, it was a crime that rocked the community of East Liberty. Now, the man convicted of killing 2 sisters in their home wants a new trial. Alan Wade is serving 2 consecutive life sentences. His defense team claims letting jurors look at a PowerPoint presentation on DNA evidence during deliberations violated state rules. Superior Court judges heard the case this week. Sarah and Susan Wolf were shot to death in their Chislett Street home back in 2014. Right now, there's no word on when the court will make a decision. And we're working to learn how this house fire started in Greene County. You see all the smoke right there. When firefighters went inside, they found an 80-year-old man dead there. It happened in Morgan Township yesterday. The victim's name, as of right now, has not been released. Well, happening right now, Pittsburgh police need your help identifying 2 assault suspects. The incident happened on Liberty Avenue last month. A caller told police these 2 men were assaulted after he told them to stop urinating on the side of a business. Police say a victim had a cut on his head and a torn shirt. Well, a new report reveals more people are dying of drug overdoses in urban counties than in rural counties. Now, that's according to the Centers for Disease Control. Our D.C. correspondent, Bofta Yamin, explains the eye-opening new data.
The report reveals that drug overdose death rates were higher in urban areas than rural areas. That's for most age groups in 2016 and 2017. The findings also show the death rates varied by the type of drug involved. Overdose deaths involving heroin and fentanyl were higher in urban areas, while natural opioids like oxycodone had higher death rates in rural counties. Researchers also track gender. In 2017, the rate of drug overdose deaths for females was higher in rural counties. For males, urban counties.
So many people are addicted, and so many people are desperate to get these drugs. So much of this problem, this public health crisis, has already been created, and it's very expensive and very hard to fix.
The report also points out that patterns in drug overdose mortality rates by urban and rural counties has varied over time. In Washington, Bofta Yamin, Channel 11 News.
Police officers in one local community are carrying a different kind of gun. The reason, the chief says, it's making them more confident. And an attempted luring at this local Waffle House, how one of the potential victims stepped up in a huge way.
Friday afternoon and evening plans could get rained on in parts of the area. I'm updating Storm Tracker to pinpoint where that rain is going to fall.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now. Morning News brings you weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Meteorologist Scott Harbaugh tracks storms down to your neighborhood, and Tricia Pittman helps you get around backups. Check out the difference on Channel 11 Morning News.
Channel 11 News at 5, covering more news happening in Washington County.
Well, 2 women rescued from a car teetering on the edge of a steep hill. Check out this video here. Our trip partners posted these pictures from Derry Township, and if you look closely here, you can see the car just flipped over a guide rail along Keystone Park Road. The fire chief tells us that the steep hill complicated the rescue. They first had to secure the vehicle before pulling the women to safety. Well, the head of one of the largest drug trafficking organizations in Pittsburgh is going away for a while. Jamie Lightfoot pleaded guilty to federal narcotics and firearm charges. He shipped cocaine and marijuana into the area from out of state. He will learn his sentence in January. Now, the latest now on an attempted luring at this local Waffle House. We broke the first news of the crime on Wednesday on WPXI.com, and police say a man tried to get a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old boy into his car in North Strabane Township. Now, I found out how the boy and the bystanders bravely stepped up. Humaid Al-Kindi from Morgantown, West Virginia, is in the Washington County Jail charged with felony child luring. North Strabane police say it happened at this Waffle House on Racetrack Road around dinner time Tuesday. That's when a local grandfather dropped off his 10-year-old granddaughter and her 12-year-old friend. The man told police the 2 were immediately almost struck by a speeding black Ford Mustang driven by the suspect. The grandfather argued with Humaid Al-Kindi. He said Al-Kindi apologized and gave the young girl several fist bumps. But that is only the beginning. Police say once inside the restaurant, Al-Kindi approached the young girl again. Witnesses told police he told her she was beautiful and looked like his girlfriend, showed her photos of his girlfriend on his phone. That's when a waitress stepped in, called it inappropriate, and told him she's only 10 years old. A short time later, the 2 kids were outside of the restaurant, and Al-Kindi allegedly approached them again, repeatedly saying, "Come on, get in my car." The 12-year-old boy told the girl to run as fast as she could inside and tell an employee, saying to her, "No matter what, keep running and don't stop."
I just despise people who do things like that, who try to, touch children or steal children. I just think that is completely insane.
Outside of the Waffle House, customers were shocked to hear this happened in such a public place and glad to hear the waitress stepped in.
If I heard something like that, it would be very hard to control myself listening to things like that. So, I think she handled it a professional way.
Officers say the suspect returned to the Waffle House hours later. It took police less than 3 minutes to arrive and take him into custody. They don't know why he came back, but they say his license was suspended and he should not have been driving at all.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Quiet in most of the area right now. Live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar. There's the live scan through Beaver County and Lawrence County. Do have some thunderstorms popping to the east. Had a severe thunderstorm warning earlier this morning into northeast Indiana County and Jefferson County. Right now, a couple of sprinkles east of Indiana, east of Clymer, Chevy Chase Heights, and then a little sprinkle near Ligonier right now. As we go through the afternoon, the dynamics in the atmosphere with a little wave coming through will be enough to spark some more showers. And the first thing you'll notice is the development of the cumulus clouds. And there they are right there. There's little puffs of white showing up on the visible satellite. That's the development of those, what we call cumulus clouds, those cotton ball-like clouds. As we go through the afternoon, they'll start to develop into pop-up showers and thunderstorms. By 4 p.m., several little waves of storms. And while the coverage is not everywhere, so some areas will not get rain today, my concern is these are going to be slow-moving storms, so they could lead to heavy amounts of rain over a half hour, 40 minutes of time. That could lead to some localized flooding. Notice by 6 p.m., still seeing showers and thunderstorms popping up in the same area. So just a lot going on this afternoon, this evening with the instability in the atmosphere, but not much to move things around. So until we get past sunset tonight, got to watch out for some high water issues. A lot going on in and around town during the course of the day today and this evening. So remember, weather in a word today, thunder. If thunder roars, head indoors. That means if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. So if you're outside late this afternoon, early this evening, and you hear some thunder off in the distance, Start to find shelter. Same deal tonight for the Steelers practice in Latrobe at Latrobe Memorial Stadium. 80 degrees, thunderstorm possible tonight. Doesn't mean there's going to be one. 7 o'clock is when practice begins. And the Pirates home against the Mets tonight. 7:05 first pitch. Same deal at PNC Park. Thunderstorm possible, but certainly not enough to rain out the game tonight. Down to 64 overnight tonight with an evening shower or storm, and back up to 84 tomorrow. Rain, not a real good chance tomorrow. Notice storm tracker tomorrow, popping just a couple showers southeast of Pittsburgh tomorrow. Bulk of the weekend will be dry. 83 for the high temperature Sunday. We stay fairly dry right into the early part of next week. Damani?
Thanks a lot, and be sure to check out the WPXI streaming app. We'll have constant updates on the forecast and today's top stories, and you can find it now on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Just search WPXI. Well, nearly a week after we told you Apple had access to intimate and personal Siri recordings, the company says it's halting the practice. Apple has maintained only a fraction of Siri voice recordings are actually heard by human workers, and each recording is usually only a few seconds long. Now, the company says it will issue a software update that will let users choose if they want to participate or not. The Butler and Clarion healthcare systems are merging. Our Butler radio partners report that the two signed an agreement to combine, and that includes Clarion Hospital and Butler Memorial Hospital, along with other affiliates. The hospitals say combining will let them provide better care to the community. Well, the hits just keep coming for the group behind the Three Rivers Regatta, why the Sheriff's Department says they had no choice but to sue. Plus, a local school district using goats for landscaping, why the district says other school systems should do it as well.
Seven-day forecast, now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
Welcome Welcome back. Carnegie police are getting an upgrade. They are carrying a new weapon, and their chief says it's helping morale. Listen to this. In May, Carnegie's 13 officers started carrying a 9mm Glock. It's lighter and holds more ammo than their previous weapon. Chief Jeffrey Kennedy told our True partners he's seen an increase in accuracy as officers test the weapons. He hopes it will provide officers with greater confidence in protecting the community. Well, check this out. You can't miss this here. The Norman School District, they're using goats to clear brush on campus. The hillside overlooking the football field is steep and too dangerous for employees. So the district says other schools may want to consider goats because it's cost-effective and eco-friendly. Very unique way indeed. Well, an Ohio man is embarking on the journey of a lifetime to raise awareness for mental health. Listen to this. Joe Solomon is going on an nearly 1,000-mile-long kayaking journey. He started at Point State Park right here in Pittsburgh and will end up at the Mississippi River in Illinois. Solomon battled his own mental health issues and says he wants to give back. His journey will take 6 weeks. Good luck to him. Well, Pittsburgh is getting money for more electric vehicle charging stations. $245,000 will go to installing 6 new charging stations at a parking lot on Kirkland Street in East Liberty. It will have dual hoses so 12 cars can charge at one time. Hey, more details now on this. This is just a pilot project, but if it goes well, it could be expanded to other neighborhoods. Charging stations are currently available in 4 parking garages downtown. And we got some news for you. Attention, WPXI-TV is making signal changes at 1 o'clock today, so listen up here. If you use an antenna to watch TV for free, you must rescan your television set at 1 p.m. or later to continue receiving this channel. Very important here. Visit tvanswers.org or call 888-CALL-FCC and press 6 for more information. And there's more information right on our website at WPXI.com, as well as including an instructional video. Cable and satellite viewers, you guys are not affected. A police officer accidentally shoots and kills a woman after the break, what he was actually aiming for when he fired those deadly shots.
Now, thunderstorms firing up later this afternoon. I'm updating Storm Tracker to pinpoint where rain is going to force you inside.
Not all stations cover the news the same way.
Channel 11 News covers stories in every local neighborhood.
Greensburg, Ross Township, Washington.
Some stations concentrate their coverage just in the city limits of Pittsburgh.
Channel 11 covers news everywhere you live, not just downtown.
Uniontown, Brentwood, Millvale.
That's one thing that makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact.
Wilkinsburg, South Park, Cranberry.
Channel 11 News at 5. When you want news from
11 News at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Well, new developments on the cancellation of the Three Rivers Regatta. The county sheriff's department is suing the event group behind it. Now, this was breaking yesterday on Channel 11 News at noon, and there's already a criminal investigation into the Lionheart event group and the owner, Derek Weber. Channel 11 investigator Rick Earl found out about other problems the head of the group has faced.
Even before the regatta was canceled this year, the Allegheny County Sheriff's Department declined to provide deputies to assist with security because they say they hadn't been paid for the 2018 July 4th fireworks and last year's regatta.
We're short just under $33,000 that came out of our budget to pay the deputies.
The Sheriff's Department filed a civil lawsuit against the Lionheart event group. Chief Deputy Kevin Krause says they had several communications with President and owner Derek Weber, but nothing lately.
Initially, he stated it was an oversight, an administrative error, and he acknowledged the alleged error, and he said payment would be sent, and like I said, it was never sent.
The lawsuit comes one day after Pittsburgh police launched a criminal investigation into Lionheart. Lionheart was hired several years ago to run the regatta, but the board says they were forced to cancel the event just days before the opening because they say Weber didn't purchase liability insurance, and they learned he hadn't paid some of the bills, including $28,000 owed to Pittsburgh police for security during the past two regattas.
We also learned that other organizations and agencies weren't paid as well, which obviously caused a red flag, and we decided to take this action immediately.
Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
New charges have been filed against a former special needs caretaker. Police charged Zachary Donnell with 47 new counts, including aggravated assault, neglecting care, and endangering the welfare of a child. He was supposed to go to trial in July on charges. He took photos and videos of nude patients, but the trial was postponed. Well, police say they found obscene video and pictures on his phone of at least 17 residents from McGuire Memorial Home in New Brighton, Beaver County. A judge is allowing a Latrobe veteran to withdraw his guilty plea on attempted murder charges. Scott Matuski says he received bad advice from a former lawyer when he agreed to plead guilty. His new attorney says his client pleaded guilty because he falsely believed the deal allowed the judge to dismiss some of the criminal charges against him. Police say Matuski was drinking when he stabbed his wife, stepdaughter, and sister-in-law back in October of 2017. They were trying to stop him from hurting himself. His lawyer says he suffers from PTSD and needs a mental health evaluation. Well, let's turn now and get a live look over downtown. It's a pretty Friday afternoon here in Pittsburgh. Some folks are saying that the rain and storms later on today. Hopefully not, Scott, but I guess we'll find out. Severe Weather Team 11 and Scott Harbaugh is tracking those pop-up storms. And Scott, hopefully it's not a weekend washout.
No, not at all. However, late afternoon, evening plans today could be touch and go in a couple of spots, especially from Pittsburgh East and Pittsburgh South. Right now, Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar in motion. We had a cluster of thunderstorms north of Pittsburgh earlier. Those are moving off east into the mountains, and we're quieting down right now. Now, notice this afternoon, these little clusters of yellow, orange start to pop this afternoon. That will spark a couple thunderstorms, and some of these will have some areas of heavy rain that could lead to some localized high water issues. Not everyone is getting wet today, but there will be those pop-up showers and storms. Slight chance of a storm over the weekend. I'm pinpointing which locations most likely to see some rain over the weekend, and it's not many. Full forecast in just about 15 minutes. Damani?
I never thought my child would be a child that could be abducted.
Oh, this is just a scary situation for any parent out here. A mother still in disbelief after her young son was grabbed by a stranger just yards away from his home. Well, the boy was spending the afternoon with friends at the pool, but when he decided to go home, police say someone followed him. Channel 11's Renee Wallace takes us through this very scary situation.
Why? Why would you take anybody's child?
Erica Strasser is talking about 18-year-old Karistine Miyanko of Braddock. Miyanko is jailed tonight, accused of kidnapping Erica's 9-year-old son from the Sue Murray pool on Cedar Avenue.
I was a little bit shocked and in disbelief. My child isn't one that would just randomly, willingly go with a stranger.
Erica told Channel 11 her son was with his cousins at the pool, but he left the pool around 6 last night to walk home alone. Keep in mind his family's apartment is within sight of the pool. Police said that's when Myanko, who had been seen buying candy and food for kids outside the Sunoco, suddenly grabbed the boy and boarded a pad bus towards downtown.
She grabbed him and started dragging him, kept saying she was taking him to Braddock to her boyfriend's house.
Police said while on the bus, Myanko told random people she and the boy were related. After riding the bus for several minutes, police say Myanko and the boy returned to the Northside pool, where the boy ran to relatives, and Myanko was taken into custody and charged with kidnapping. According to the criminal complaint, Myanko told police she was going to take him back to her boyfriend's house in Braddock, so one day he would have a child with her and have a family. She said she called her boyfriend, who said he wasn't home and she should not bring the kid over to the house.
I hope she gets help.
Renee Wallace for Channel 11 News.
Erica told Channel 11 if it weren't for the lifeguards and staff at the pool who called 911, this might have ended differently. Well, the punishment has been handed down for Tuesday night's bench-clearing brawl between the Pirates and the Reds. 6 players and both managers suspended. Pirates pitcher Kayla was suspended 10 games for intentionally throwing at the head of Derek Dietrich during the 7th inning. The game was stopped briefly after this brawl broke out. In addition to Kayla, 5 other players were suspended, and as were both managers from both clubs. Well, new at noon, a tragic story out of Texas. A police officer who was trying to shoot a loose dog that was coming towards him accidentally shot and killed a woman instead. The officer was responding to a welfare check when he found the woman passed out, and as he approached, an unrestrained dog started running towards him while barking. Well, detectives say the officer shot towards the dog several times, but he hit the woman. She was rushed to the hospital, but she didn't make it, unfortunately. The incident was captured on the officer's body camera, and an investigation is ongoing. Well, today's the day Puerto Rico's scandal-plagued governor's resignation takes effect this evening. Ricardo Rosell resigned late this month after leaked government chats showed him and members of his inner circle sharing profanity-laced, homophobic, and misogynistic messages. Puerto Rico erupted in celebrations when Rosell announced his resignation. Well, a gateway linking the Hill District and downtown, the project that's set to start in a busy city neighborhood. A stop at the gas station sends a man to the hospital. What he says he found when he went to the gas pump.
Andy Williams Show every weekday at 11, right here on Channel 11.
Well, a disturbing discovery at a gas station in Beaver County. A man told Channel 11 he went to put gas in his truck last night when he felt something sharp poke his hand. The driver posted this message on Facebook warning others that he had been stuck by what appeared to be a needle in a gas pump handle. He told the station attendant who told him not to bring it inside, so he crushed it, kicked it down a grate, and went to the hospital.
I ended up with 2 tetanus shots. I was prescribed 3 different medications. I was tested there for a potential HIV virus.
The gas station owner referred us to his attorney, saying there's no proof the incident happened. Police are still investigating. Well, the first plants are in the ground in Ohio after a new law went into effect. Ohio's governor signed a bill legalizing industrial hemp, opening up a new market for farmers. With the new law comes state oversight that will include food inspectors and product testing requirements. Well, a person from New York State died earlier this week from a rare disease spread by ticks. Oh, it's the first case of Powassan virus in the state this year. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says states reported 21 cases of the virus last year. In 3 of those cases, the victim died. Now, here's the scary part in all of this. The CDC says many people with the virus do not have symptoms, but it can cause fever, headache, and vomiting. It can also cause encephalitis and meningitis. The CDC says there have been 6 cases of the virus in Pennsylvania in the last 10 years. Well, more than 40 new jobs are coming to Washington County. Technip FMC is expanding. They will open a new facility in Spearsboro. The new project costing $13.3 million. The company repairs and manufactures tools and equipment in the energy industry. T-Mobile and Sprint are getting closer to becoming one company. Our consumer advisor explains why the deal could help your wallet.
A couple showers and thunderstorms already trying to pop up in the area. I'm tracking where that's going to impact your Friday evening plans.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on... Traffic, updated every 10 minutes on Channel 11 Morning News.
Not all stations cover the news the same way.
Channel 11 covers news everywhere you live, not just downtown. More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. Channel 11 News at 5, when you want news from where you live.
Redeveloping the Hill District, plans are underway to transform a section of Uptown into new homes and businesses. Well, the project involves properties here near the corner of 5th Avenue and Dinwiddie Street. You see the map right behind me there. Channel 11's Aaron Clark got a tour of the area.
Take a stroll down 5th Avenue in Uptown, and there are many vacant buildings, not much retail or commercial space. But a team of developers is moving forward with a $51 million project to change that.
Here we are on the corner of 5th and Dinwiddie. This is essentially the main part of the site, this vacant lot here, and it will, the development will span across our way all the way up to Colwell Street.
That development will turn 1.4 acres of property on this corner, including 34 city-owned lots, into 167 units of affordable and market-rate housing, co-working, office, and retail space. There will be a plaza, and the development on either side of the intersection will be connected by a sky bridge.
So this project really touches on everything that the community needs and really open that gateway for additional residential projects.
Derek Tillman is one half of the development team behind the project. His firm, Bridging the Gap, recently built the 36-unit, supportive, affordable Miller Street project. He sees this project as a way to expand on his firm's mission and respond to what he calls a housing crisis in the city.
When you've had housing or development done wrong, I think, you know, this is an opportunity for us to do it right, and for folks to see folks that look like them leading the charge is a big deal.
The developers hope to start construction in 18 months and have the project completed 18 months after that. Aaron Clark, Channel 11 News.
A new wave of tariffs on Chinese goods could hit you in your wallet. Previous rounds mainly targeted industrial goods, but these no one's targets a wide range of consumer products like clothes, toys, and electronics. Higher prices could show up this fall and the holiday shopping season, unfortunately. Well, Lowe's is laying off thousands of employees as it outsources some responsibilities to outside companies. The company won't say exactly how many people are affected. Now, this will allow associates to spend more time helping customers. Well, the Justice Department has given T-Mobile the green light to take over Sprint. Consumer advisor Clark Howard explains why the deal could cut prices for home internet.
The Justice Department approving the merger between Sprint and T-Mobile for most of us seems like a big yawn, but it shouldn't be. What's so key with this merger is there's going to remain 4 competitors nationally for your cell phone service. That's really important to holding prices down. But the bigger news of this that's not talked about at all is what does it mean for competition for internet to your home or a small business? Right now in most of the country, we have virtually no meaningful choice for who we get home internet from. But a result of this is we're going to have access to ultra-high-speed home internet, and it's going to create competition where we haven't had it before. That's going to drive prices down. When are you going to see those lower prices? Probably starting to appear in 2020. I'm Clark Howard.
And thanks a lot, Clark. And you can see more from Clark Howard right on our streaming app. Just search for WPXI on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Live storm tracker Doppler 11 radar going to be busy this afternoon and this evening. Already a couple thunderstorms have popped, especially just east of the area, over into Cambria County, Clearfield County. But even in our immediate area, had a couple try to pop. One near Armand Boulevard right now. It's on the Westmoreland County, Indiana County line along the Conemaugh River. We got a little cell right there trying to pop. Some very heavy rain in a very confined area. Same deal down toward Friendsville, Maryland, Garrett County. There's beautiful Deep Creek Lake. Going to be a little wet from time to time in the mountains of West Virginia and Maryland this afternoon. There's a weak little disturbance cutting through the area. You can see the cloud development right in here. A little trough sitting right in this area. This is going to act as a focal point for scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon into this evening. It is not going to rain everywhere. You could stay rain-free during the day today, but where these cells do pop up, they're going to be very slow moving. It's going to mean a heavy amount of rain over repeated areas, and that could lead to some isolated flooding. Now, notice the temperature difference. They've had some rain up in Brookville. Temperature 67 right now. They've had rain near Indiana, 75. Pittsburgh, 82. Beaver, right now 83 degrees, and definitely cooler as you head into the mountains. You need to get some yard work done outside. I'd say before 3 o'clock and then maybe again after 7 this evening. Should be some scattered showers and thunderstorms in between that. Notice by 4 p.m. pretty good thunderstorm near Cranberry. Also one down toward Uniontown. Another one in southwestern Indiana County. By 6 o'clock tonight, thunderstorms into the Mon Valley over towards Johnstown. Then that'll linger into the evening hours before finally waning during the overnight hours and getting out of the area pretty much for the weekend. Most of the weekend is going to be dry. As a matter of fact, the next best chance of rain over the next 5 days after today doesn't come until we get to Tuesday, and even that just isolated. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Stray storm tomorrow, especially south and east of Pittsburgh, but vast majority of the area sees no rain at all during the day tomorrow. Sunday, partly sunny, looking pretty good. High temperature 83 degrees. Then as we get into the day on Monday, make it to 84. Tuesday, there's that isolated thunderstorm late in the day. Most areas are not going to see rain on Tuesday. At a high temperature of 83. Overnight lows right through the weekend in the low to mid 60s.
Well, a wild jail attack caught on camera. The tool guards used to break up the brawl before it got even worse.
News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
All right, you got to check out this new video of a jail assault in New Mexico. You can see multiple inmates punching and kicking two jail guards. Eventually, other guards used tear gas to break up the brawl. The two guards were injured in the attack, but they are expected to be okay. The inmates now face a host of charges, including kidnapping, assault, and attempted murder. No word yet on what prompted the attack. And attention, WPXI-TV is making signal changes at 1 p.m. today. Now, if you're using an antenna to watch TV for free, you must rescan your television set at 1 p.m. or later to continue receiving this channel. Visit TVAnswers.org or call 888-CALL-FCC and press 6 for more information. And there's more information on WPXI.com as well, including an instructional video. Cable and satellite viewers are not affected. And that's all, and that's going to do it for us on this Channel 11 noon newscast. Our next newscast is tonight at 5. And of course, you can get breaking news updates anytime right on our streaming apps. Just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon. Have a great Friday and weekend.
Channel 11 News at 5, when you want news from where you live.
This is Take 5, highlighting Western Pennsylvania's most innovative and successful businesses.